Welcome, this is Birendra Kumar Jha and you are watching Khabar Tak Tak. In the sequence of stories of superhit films shown on Khabar Tak Tak, the new link of story that I bring to you today is the story of film Jweltheif. This film was released on silver screen in 1967 and this was the most grossing film of that year. This film was directed by Vaijyantimala and the lead role in this film was played by the then most popular hero Devanand. The role of villain were mainly played by Ashok Kumar, being assisted by many girl heroines. The prominent among them were Anju Mahendru and Helen. Whereas Nasir, Husain, Tanuja, etc. played character role in this film, and Vaijyantimala played splendid role in this film as a dual effect, being included in the villain gang and was helping the hero. This film included many a beautiful dance scene and melodious song as well. This music director of this film was for the first time the pair of father and son. Consequently, Sachin Dev Burman and Rahul Dev Burman wherever in the song of this film, Lata Mangeshkar, Asa Bhosle, Kishore Kumar, and Muhammad Rafi voiced over. However, almost all the songs in this film were melodious, yet the song Dil Pukare Aare 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 Dil Pukare Aare 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 अभी ना जा मेरे साथी दिल पुकारे आसमां के नीचे हम आज अपने पीछे प्यार का जहां बना के चले कदम के निशान बना के चले आसमां के नीचे हम आज अपने पीछे प्यार का जहां बना के चले एंड ओठों पे ऐसी बात में दबा के चली आई ओठों में ऐसी बात में दबा के चली आई खुल जाए यही बात तो दुहाई हूँ दुहाई हाँ रे हाँ इसमें प्यार तो है जहर भी है होठों पे ऐसी बात में दबा के चली आई had received warm welcome by the audience that year. Now listen to the entire story of film Jweltheif. The story of the film Jweltheif begins with the Queen presenting the Best Dancer award to the famous dancer Salini, played by Vaijyantimala, and offering her a dance performance at the royal court. While Salini is being presented with the award, her younger brother Sisu Singh, played by Sachin, is overjoyed. Arjun, played by Ashok Kumar, is also present at the ceremony. While Salini's younger brother Sisu Singh is returning from school, he is kidnapped by some thugs. The government is deeply concerned about the thefts of diamonds and jewels across the country. One day, the Home Minister convenes a meeting of police officers from across the country. The Mumbai Police Commissioner, played by Nazir Hussain, accepts the challenge in front of the officer, promising to catch the thief before January 26th, and if he fails to do so, he will resign from his job. To accomplish this mission, he first calls on the city's renowned jeweler Visambar Nath, played by Spru, to discuss the matter. One day, a young man named Vinay, played by Devanand, who is the son of the Mumbai police commissioner, approaches Seth Visambarnath, claiming to be an expert in diamonds and jewels, and requests him for a job. However, Seth Visambarnath refuses to accept his request and drives him out of his shop. Leaving Seth Visambarnath's shop, Vinay walks down the street singing a song when Seth Visambarnath's daughter Anjali, played by Tanuja, is seen enjoying herself with her friends on a car. Vinay drives past her car, lamenting his circumstances. He tells Anjali that if a beautiful woman had been with him, his steps would not have faltered like this. While singing, Vinay sits on the hood of the car despite the girl's anger. Anjali then jerks the car to a stop, throwing Vinay a short distance away and rendering him unconscious. Seeing him unconscious, Anjali feels remorseful and picks him up in her car and takes him to treatment. Then, at some point on the way, he regains consciousness. He tells Anjali that his house is nearby. Anjali gets angry at him. He looks at Anjali's ear and says that he has lost her earring. Then, when he gives it to her, he asks its price. Anjali quotes its price as rupees 12,000, but Vinay says that even if one pays rupees 1,200 today, she should still consider it a profit. When Anjali tells her father, said Visambarnath, he goes to the shop and asks his employee how he made such a huge mistake in buying it. The young man who had come here seeking a job had already spotted its flaws from a distance. He then goes to Vinay's house and hires him for rupees 10,000 per month. One day, Seth Visambarnath's daughter Anjali comes to his shop and asks Vinay to show her a diamond necklace. She looks at the most expensive necklace and leaves. Meanwhile, her father Visambarnath arrives and tells Vinay that this is his daughter Anjali. Just then, a man came into the shop and tells Vinay that he is Amar. Vinay flatly denies this. Anjali gradually falls in love with Vinay. One day, when she returns home from meeting Vinay, she finds Shalini there. Shalini, played by Vaijyantimala, introduces Anjali to her brother Arjun, played by Ashok Kumar. Arjun meets Anjali with Seth Visambarnath and reveals that he is childhood friend of her father. He then offers to take Shalini on a tour of Mumbai. On Anjali's birthday, when Vinay comes to her house with a gift, here Shalini, who was also invited there, calls him Amar. But Vinay denies it, telling that he is not Amar, but he claims to be Vinay. However, Shalini introduces him as her fiancé Amar and shows him the ring they gave her. Vinay still insists he is not Amar. When Vinay denies this, Arjun points out that he has six toes. Ask him to open his shoe and prove he is Vinay instead of Amar. Vinay unties his shoe and proves he is Vinay, not Amar. One day, Vinay sneaks home because his father, the Mumbai police commissioner, has banished him out. He meets his mother and gives her a necklace worth rupees 10,000. Just then, he hears his father's approaching and he runs away. Meanwhile, the police commissioner asks his wife about his son Vinay's visit. His wife replies, "You are always focused on Vinay, so why did you exile him out of the house?" She then shows him the necklace given by Vinay that she was wearing, telling him it's worth rupees 10,000. Vinay gave it to her and he is now employed. The police commissioner replies it is hard for him to even get a job for rupees 400. Where could he offer such an expensive necklace? He then takes the necklace from his wife and goes to Seth Visambarnath's shop and asks Seth Visambarnath its price. He tells Seth Visambarnath it worth rupees 10,000 and asks him if one of his employees bought it with his monthly earnings. The superintendent of police leaves without explaining anything further. Just then Vinay arrives. Vinay and the police commissioner, both father and son, faces each other but they don't talk.
After the police commissioner leaves, Seth Visambarnath questions Vinay about the police commissioner. Vinay explains that he is his father. When Vinay goes to his room, Arjun meets him there and tells him about Shalini's disappearance and her unusual behavior since their meeting with him, whom she considers to be Amar, but it was not. Then he goes to find out Shalini. After meeting Arjun, Vinay returns to his room and hears the sound of sobbing. He paddles in the boat and heads towards the stream where he sees Shalini. He then convinces Shalini that grieving like this will never bring happiness in her life, but taking steps towards happiness with a friend can bring it back. He then takes Shalini to his room. When Vinay is out of his room, Anjali comes into his room and lies down on his bed. As soon as Vinay comes back from outside and sits on the bed, Anjali gets crushed under him and screams. Vinay then warns her not to come and sit alone like that, saying that if she gets caught coming here, his father will retire him. Anjali then says, if father retires you, I will make you my personal secretary. Tell me how much salary will you take? And then they start joking. Anjali then offers to drop him home in her car. When Vinay asks about his return, Anjali tells him to return in the same car because he has to come to her the next day for an outside tour. The next day, Salini comes to Vinay with a gift. When Vinay opens it, he finds Amar's dress inside. He tells Salini not to be deceived again. But when Salini becomes sad, he says, let's live with you as Amar for a day. He goes on a trip with Salini, posing as Amar. Salini tells him many things about Amar. She taught Vinay, saying that when Amar drove, no car could overtake him. During one incident, her car narrowly escapes an accident. She then tells Vinay that her parents died in a similar plane crash, leaving her with only one brother. His sole purpose in life was to make her brother better off, but his brother was also kidnapped. To overcome this grief, the two go on a trip. Salini tells Vinay about Amar's every move and then, mistaking Vinay for Amar, sings a song with him. When Vinay returns from meeting Salini as Amar, Anjali is furious with him, but when he tells her the truth, Anjali falls in love with him again. Meanwhile, a man came to the police commissioner to report his lost ring and tells him about a ring Salini is wearing, which she claims Amar gave her at their engagement. The superintendent of police then visits Arjun and questions him about the ring Salini is wearing. Arjun tells him Amar gave it to Salini at their engagement. However, he claims Amar has not been there for a long time, but he bears a striking resemblance to their son, Vinay. The superintendent returns the ring to him, asking him to keep it. One day, some thugs forcibly take the ring from Salini's hand and run away. Although Vinay chases the thugs for some distance, he does not recognize them. When the superintendent asks him about it, Vinay iterates that he does not recognize them. One day, Seth Visambarnath calls Vinay to work at his shop at night, saying that all the staff are on leave and he cannot bring any new people. When Vinay arrives at the appointed time, he does not find Seth Visambarnath there, so he goes to meet him at his house. There he finds only Anjali and no one else. Anjali sings a love song to him and explains that no one else is there, so they could enjoy. While Vinay and Anjali are romancing, her father said Visambarnath arrives and gets angry at Vinay for closing the shop just after he returned from the work and coming to romance. Vinay then explains that he is not there. Visambarnath asks, if you were not there, who was there? When they arrive, they find all the diamonds and jewels missing. The police are informed. The police commissioner arrives at the shop. Vinay then catches a petty thief and brings him forward. This petty thief reveals that he does not recognize Amar by face, but his people call him Prince. He goes to a nightclub every Sunday. Following his advice, Vinay finds Helen dancing there. When the dance ends, Vinay, being Amar's clone, goes to Helen's room with her. He hopes to gather as much information as possible about Amar. So while Helen is asleep, he searches the house trying to find out everything related to Amar. Meanwhile, Amar receives a call. He asks Helen who is in her room, but Helen does not tell him anything. Amar then tells her that he is going to Pune. Upon learning this, Vinay first informs the police about everything and then searches for Amar on a train to Pune. There he meets Arjun, who seems a little uneasy at the sight of Vinay. He asks Vinay where he is going. Vinay tells him that he is going to Pune. When Arjun questions him about his presence, Arjun says that Amar comes to meet Salini and told her that he was going to Pune, so Salini also wanted to go there, but he stopped Salini. After this, they both go to Pune. In Pune, they meet Julie, who saved Vinay from some thugs' attack. Then they live together. Next day, Julie is performing a dance program. Julie is kidnapped from the program. The next day, the newspaper reports that the jewel thief has kidnapped a girl now. When Arjun meets Vinay, he questions him about the girl's kidnapping. Vinay replies that he has just arrived in Pune. Whoever was with him before must have been Amar. Just then Julie arrives with a revolver and targeting Vinay says, "You have cheated on me, are Vinay." But before she can do any harm to Vinay, Arjun comes up from behind and raises his revolver holding hand, and Vinay snatches it from her. He then learns from Julie that Amar has left for Gangtok. After this incident, the police commissioner tells his wife that he is proud of Vinay for helping the police. He then tells his wife that Amar is very clever man and has gone to Gangtok. He thinks the police there cannot do anything to him, but I will work to pressure the government there as well. Vinay accompanies Arjun to Gangtok. He spends a few days with Arjun observing the area's activities. During this time, he locates Amar's whereabouts. There he meets Nina. Vinay tries to extract information about the gang from Nina, promising to rid her of it. Arjun tells Vinay that Salini will be coming to meet Amar in 4 to 5 days, but the day Arjun tells Vinay this, Salini spots him. She doesn't want to meet Vinay, so she hides and waits for him to leave. Just then Vinay approaches her. Citing a specific compulsion, Salini refuses to talk to Vinay and leaves. She also refuses to let Vinay talk to her. Salini did not want to meet Vinay because she feared that if she meet him, Arjun might not release her brother Sishu Singh from captivity. When forcibly takes Salini for a walk while they are romancing in the beauty of the palace, Arjun spots them and approaches. Seeing Arjun, Salini becomes terrified. Vinay then tells Arjun that he was the one who forcibly took Salini with him for the walk. Salini was actually coming to meet him. Arjun then tells him, "You know, she is my only sister, so I worry about her a lot, especially after Amar betrayed me. I am afraid someone might betray her again." Vinay promises not to betray her. Arjun then says that if Salini likes him, he will get them married one day. One day, when Vinay is walking alone, he witnesses Naina being forcibly abducted. Naina cries out, "Help, help!" but the goon manages to grab her in their car. Vinay runs quickly, confronts the goons, and rescues Naina. He then returns with Naina to her home. While talking, Naina takes him to the criminals' hideout and hands him over to them. The criminals lock Vinay in a special room. After Vinay is arrested by this criminal gang, Salini meets Arjun and tells him that, as promised, she has brought Vinay to them and then they have also imprisoned him. Now he should release her brother from their custody. Following Arjun's request, the gang of criminals takes Salini to her brother but imprisons her along with him. Seeing Salini, her brother asks where she has been staying for so long. When Salini tells him she will be leaving soon, one of the criminals locks Salini and her brother in the room. Shalini hears some rustling in her upstairs room. She cuts the carpet and peeks inside. Finding Vinay there, she tells Vinay that if he removes the carpet, he will find a tunnel. He should use the tunnel to descend. Obeying Shalini, Vinay comes downstairs. Shalini tells him that there is no criminal named Amar or Prince in this gang. Arjun is the jewel thief and he uses the name of a fictitious person, Amar, to divert attention from himself. Arjun's criminals are trying to make you look like Amar so that the police can catch you or shoot you by calling you Amar. When Vinay asks, "Is Arjun your brother?" Salini tells him, "No, he is not my brother, but the boss of this criminal gang. He imprisons my brother and forces me to do whatever he wants." Shalini then plans to escape with Vinay and her brother Sishu Singh, but Arjun arrives and captures all three and takes them to his safe haven. To convince Vinay that he is Amar, Arjun has a doctor administer an electric shock to him. To avoid the electric shock, Vinay pretends to be Amar, and when Arjun asks, he now claims to be Amar. Meanwhile, Arjun plans to steal the diamonds and jewels from the royal crown of Sikkim because of Salini's access to the royal court as a dancer. Arjun plans to have his gang of criminals join Salini's dance troupe to carry out the theft, but Salini repeatedly refuses. Amar then disguises himself as a dancer and persuades Salini to join him. At the court, Salini, Vinay, and Arjun Goon participate in a dance performance. At the height of the dance, Vinay, holding a pistol in each hand, confronts the prince who is wearing a valuable crown and asks him to remove his crown and place it on his head. Vinay then asks Prince to escort him to the door so that his guards don't catch him. Prince is about to take Vinay out when the superintendent of police arrives and tells Vinay to drop his gun as the police are surrounding him, aiming at him. Amar then removes the crown from his head and returns it to Prince. Vinay tries to escape, but the police open fires on him and he falls dead. After witnessing this incident, Arjun returns to his hideout and plans to flee abroad with all the diamonds and jewels. Vinay then arrives with a pistol in his hand and threatens to arrest him. When Arjun confronts him about escaping the police bullets, he reveals that he is already in cahoots with the police. The police were not firing directly at him, all the bullets were firing nearby. Arjun then presses a device to create smoke and escapes. Vinay informs his father, the police commissioner, and Arjun, who is fleeing in a trolley on the ropeway, pursue him by road. Arjun disembarks midway, takes a taxi to the airport, and boards the plane he had already ordered to keep ready. Seeing Vinay chasing him, Arjun points his rifle at the plane and threatens to kill him. Vinay then explains that there might not be any bullets in it. Just then, Anjali arrives and reveals that there are actually no bullets in it. By then, the superintendent of police arrives and talks about arresting everyone. Anjali brings Vinay to Salini and, while urging them to live together, takes Sishu Singh with her to the cabin. The plane carrying them all returns to Mumbai. The film ends with this scene.